Hey folks, Tracy with Scrappy's Rustics. Y'all, you're in for a treat with this video. We're going to do some reverse decoupage. That is a new LeBlanc paper. Unfortunately, they do not have numbers, but it is available at scrappysrustics.com. I got that giant glass jar from a thrift store for 50 cents. Has no writing on it, which is fantastic. And that is my water pen that I'm going to trim up this paper. We're going to use the deer side. Now, let me just give you a little tip. We're going to use Mod Podge dishwasher safe. What I did was I took DIY patina and dishwasher safe Mod Podge, and I took an old piece of junk glass and I just brushed a couple of lines on the glass to see, because some Mod Podge leaves a film or it's hazy. The DIY patina left a little tiny bit of, you could probably get away with it. It wasn't bad, but the dishwasher safe, believe it or not, was much more clear. I'm assuming because it's like a high gloss. So it was the perfect medium to use in this situation for a reverse decoupage, because the last thing you want to do is put your medium down and then your paper and then your medium dries all foggy. Like, you would not want to use the Pentar Ultra Matte in something like this, because it will leave a matte finish and it would be all foggy, unless that's the look you're going for. If you're going for foggy, then then use that by all means. So it took me a couple of times. The glass is a little rounded on the top and the bottom, and I just wanted to get the paper where it wasn't too rounded, because that's when it tends to want to, wrinkle up on you and fold over. So I thought a little bit of that would be fine. So I got it to the size I wanted. I rounded the edges because I just thought it would be easier to lay it down. It would look nicer, especially with the opening that we're going to form ourselves. I have never done a reverse decoupage on a jar before. I've done them on like Christmas ornaments and stuff, but never anything this large. This is such a beautiful project, y'all. This would make an amazing gift for anyone. Glass jars are a dime a dozen. You'd have to pay for, obviously, your whatever decoupage that you end up using. You could print off your own. Just be mindful of whatever printer you use. Some of them leak. So I just put most of the product in the middle, and started in the middle and worked my way to the edges. I didn't want to go too far over on my glass, because I do clean up any extra medium, any Mod Podge that came outside of my decoupage paper. It would have been fine if I left it there, but I just cleaned it up because I just wanted to make sure that my paint and all that adhered the same all the way around. But the light that we use is from the Dollar Tree. Glasses are a dime a dozen. I'm sure you have papers in your stash. And paint. I mean, that's really all you need, and some type of lid. I'm the puck lights from the Dollar Tree. I am a Dollar Tree puck light cheerleader here, because they are fantastic. And without the light, this piece would not be as fabulous as it is. So I went ahead and put a coat on the top coat on this paper as well, to protect it, because we're going to be doing other things to it. Now, with any decoupage situation, you always want your background to be light. So in this case, I was like, okay, I'm going to paint it white. And it definitely made the image lighter. And I was trying to see how much lighter, a little bit. But in the end, you'll see it looks ridiculous with the color blue that I chose. It's actually a new color I just picked up recently from Dixie Belle, called Stormy Seas. Oh, and there it is. And with leaving the white there, it just looks stupid. So I went over it with the blue. But regardless, if I went over it with the blue or not, like I said, you really can't see the image all that great until it's lit up, or the light is shining through the top of your jar. So I would say do whatever means necessary. I don't know, by painting it, I'd have to assume by painting it white first and then the dark, it did help lighten it up a bunch. But I'm no scientist and I don't know the definite facts. I'm just assuming. So yeah, so there I'm like, I'm trying to see, am I covering it all? Am I doing all the right things here? And I think this blue color came in the mail like at the exact perfect time. So what I'm doing now is I'm framing out the window that I want to leave open so you can see inside the jar. What's fantastic about this is, y'all, it's hard, like, to make eyeballs. You make one great and then the other one's not so great. Same thing with me here with the sides. But what's great, look, you just wipe it right off. It's like, it's chalk paint, it's wet chalk paint. And you just keep putting it on there till you get it right and you're satisfied with it, and just wipe it right off. Funny story, I bought some Slick Stick for the first time. I've never used it. I've heard people use it, but I've never watched them use it. I didn't know it was white because at first I put a big blob on this jar and I was like, oh no, 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 it can't be white. I don't want that. Luckily, I was able to wipe almost all of it off. So there's a few little dots of it here and there where it had dried. So yeah, so Slick Stick's still, it's still up for debate on how I like that, because I didn't like it because I thought it was clear. I don't know why I thought it was clear, but it's not. So there's that. So I'm just taking my pouncer. I find that a pouncer works best on glass. Just doesn't give you those brush marks, and it gives you a little bit of texture. Now, if you wanted more texture, you could, and you wanted to get this done faster, because this took several coats of paint, because you'll find you think you got it all good, and then you put the light in it, and you're like, ugh. Like you can see, where you were light on your paint or holes, and you don't want that. It's just not a good look, and it's very obvious. So I went over and coated the entire thing with Decoupage Ultra Matte just to give it a seal before we go any farther with any other things we're going to do to it. So, and with the Decoupage Ultra Medium, it doesn't like to spread, so don't be afraid to work it up and down, back and forth, thin it out. It will give you an Ultra Matte coverage no matter what, but don't be afraid to work it out and work it both ways. And it will not leave streaks even when you're thinning it out towards the end. So I want you to see now. It's hard, light is weird with the camera, but look how cool this is, y'all. You don't really see that glare that you do on the camera in person, but this is really neat. I mean, I know this has been done over 100 times. This is my first time, so I'm pretty excited about it. Now I'm using this glitter snow for the first time. I wasn't sure how to apply it. I wasn't sure literally how it was going to dry. Wasn't really sure of any of it, but I knew that it needed something, so I thought, well, let's do this. Give it a little glitter, give it a little shine. I ended up going over it twice. I let it dry. I don't even know the name brand of it, Arlene or Eileen or something like that. Doesn't really have a scent or anything to it or smell. And it wasn't quite shiny enough, so I got my ice crystal pen out, which when this dries, just the glittery parts comes through. So I just put a line all the way around it and kind of just smashed it out a little, so it wasn't like a line, just to give it a little extra glitter. I do have the ice crystals in a bigger tub, but I didn't really have anything to spread it on. The pen was the way to go with it. So, and I forgot to do the lid. So this lid did not come with this jar. I just happen to have it in my stash. I don't know what it's to. So I just painted it blue, because you need a lid unless you have battery operated lights where you can leave in the bottom. I don't know, but if you're going to use the above light, you've got to have a lid. Could you light it up from the bottom? Maybe, but then you can't really put anything in it. So I needed something around, I thought it needed something around the neck of the jar. So I have this blue, kind of the same color blue in cream color-ish ribbon. So I just put that around the neck of the jar itself. This jar is pretty large. It's probably like a large spaghetti sauce. But the weird thing is it doesn't have any writing on it, which I wish I could find more jars like that, because the writing sometimes, you can't use it because it says ball across it. That looks stupid, trying to do Christmas and it says something like, Mason ball or whatever it says. So this, I don't know where I got this, and I wish I knew. I've had it in my stash for quite some time, but it's like an iridescent snow. It's more like plastic than anything, but it's just really pretty. It's really hard to show you the end results here, because when I tip it over, the trees fall over, everything falls over. So you'll have to wait to see the reveal. And the nice thing about these puck lights is they got a sticker on them, so you can just stick it. Some people recommended Velcro. So here you can see it, well, kind of, because the snow wants to go back. But y'all, I love this. And some reason, with the light on, I don't know, because it got warm, but the lid is really hard to get off now. So I picked up these trees. They're really cool. They feel like they're made out of like real moss. They were on clearance at Michael's. I guess they're for like a village, like of some sort. People build little towns and stuff. And I've had them forever, so I was pretty excited to finally use them. I have bottle brush trees, but I didn't have like 3 different sizes or this size. And I thought, this is a Christmas scene. Everything in there's snowy and icy looking, so we might as well add some of that to the tree. So that's what I did. I kind of flocked the trees in a way. And this stuff dried pretty quick. I used the same glitter snow that I used on the outside, and I just stood those in there. Now you can decorate the inside of this however you want, or not at all. You could even take it as far as decorating the top. You could do something with a topper. You could put a dish of some sort as a topper and decorate that and fill that up. It's just really endless how you can take this. But basically test your medium out first on your glass before proceeding, and you'll have your best results. And here it is, y'all. Look how beautiful this is. I love this piece. I put it on an all glass candlestick just to raise it up a little and give it a little bit more interest, make it look like it's really important. And I had to do it in here because the sunlight, it was just too much and you couldn't see the light. But this is a beautiful, beautiful piece, and I would totally make one again. And it's pretty exciting. Thank you so much for watching.